interruption. Had to come back. So I was telling you a little about where I started, like 5 years, 7 years ago, with painting. After wanting to paint all my life, really, and just needing to work through the issues of being a perfectionist, and how just having that paralysis that's caused by perfectionism. And so, anyway, through the course of things, I stumbled upon a course taught by Flora Boyle called Brave Intuitive Painting, or Bloom True. Brave Intuitive Painting is her book. And it led me to this really intuitive style of painting where you don't start with an end goal in mind. You just follow your intuition. And for me, it was revolutionary. It just really unleashed this creativity that all my life I could viscerally feel something inside me wanting to come out. Um, and that was the beginning. You got the shivers? That was the beginning of that. And so, for instance, with this painting back here, I know it's not so clear from where you are. You can see some still shots of this on my website. This is called Home Flight, and it's fascinating for me how through the course of my painting and painting this way, I don't have a theme in mind, but I have these conversations going on in, my consciousness, my unconsciousness, these themes in my life at the time. And themes for me right now include, how to be like a fully articulated, fully expressive artist and following that call while also following and fulfilling the call of motherhood. And, there's a tension there. And there is also not, even though women have made incredible strides in the last century, the last few decades, and we've got a lot of people to thank for going before us. There is still these ongoing questions about how to do what we want to do and how to bring our talents and gifts to motherhood, but then also to the other areas of our life and to the world in a way that fulfills us and leads to healthy lives and meaningful lives for us, and then also for our children and our communities. So all these sorts of questions are questions I think about, and then they just happened to come through in this painting where I was just starting with some layers and colors that I love together, and kind of experimenting with that color play. And then I just started, I felt like there were two birds in here, and I didn't see them clearly yet. And then I started to see this a nesting bird emerge here that seemed to have rivers running through her and some little veins of branches or whatnot. And at the same time, this whole color scheme started to look, to me, it sort of looks like an aerial view of a map of terrain, of some sort of landscape from above. And so I saw this abstract nesting bird with a back and a tail. And then I sensed another bird up here. And I found myself forcing it too much in the beginning, trying to make it look like the same sort of bird that was nesting. And then I realized I didn't want to be that. And then I just started to see these lines here, and I outlined them, and sure enough, some wings emerged. And in here too, there's this different territory inside this bird. And this bird looks like a nesting kind of earthly bird to me, and this one is one in flight and has a sort of a spiritual or a soulful quality about it, and almost to me looks like a Native American Indian image. And there are all sorts of details of tiny images built into here that seem to just pop out at me from the paint. And a few words came to me, and things again that I wanted to remember and have at the present in my consciousness and at the forefront. And that's to choose love. So that came out down here. It's kind of etched in the paint. And be brave came through here. And once I stood back from the painting and gave it a few weeks, the meaningfulness of the imagery And the words I chose became more and more clear to me. Like that, so I have the nesting, the mothering, the nurturing, the homemaking instinct in me, and then also this instinct to take flight, and to, explore the world and explore my, my potential, and then at the same time, all these aspects are unified in one painting, and then like this one terrain. And so, to me that really means that you're not choosing. It's that my path is not the path of choosing. I am a stay-at-home mom, or I give up taking care of my young children, and I am an artist and a coach, and that's my day from 8 to 5. To me, that says that I'm being invited to explore this new path, this new trajectory of how can I meld it, and how can I use my creativity to come up with my own path and my own solution. And it's not been cut for me, but I'm making it as I go. That David Whyte translation of the Antonio Machado poem, Pathmaker, There Is No Path. It's by walking that you make the path. So that really speaks to me, as does the choose love, because sometimes I can tend to overcomplicate things. And trying to find answers to all these questions, I can come up with some really complicated and convoluted solutions. So my go-to in the end, if I feel like I'm doing that and I'm tying myself in knots, is choose love. What is the loving thing to do here? And how can whatever I choose to do, how can I do that from a place of love? So that's a little story behind this painting. And coming back to what I was telling you about these new little paintings that I'm working on. So what I have in mind for these, now that they seem to be taking on a life of their own, and it seems to be what they want to be. We'll see. They might change their mind yet. That happens. So are to put little words or small mantras or affirmations, things that you want to be mindful of, that I want to be mindful of, and that I think might speak to other people too. And this shape, I've had this ongoing fascination with milagros, the hearts, the miracle hearts. I've been sketching in my journal for a while, and I always, whenever I see one, an image of one, or one in person, they speak to me for some reason. I love relics like that and medallions like that, and the miracle aspect of it definitely speaks to me, and the call, the physical reminder of the spiritual, speaks to me very much. And so the shape of these two seems to be calling me to be little milagros hearts, and then maybe with the intention on there as well. Like I said, sometimes they change their mind, but that seems to be what's evolving through them. So I'll keep you posted and let you know. And yeah, so in the meantime, thanks for joining me on this little studio tour, and thanks Blaze for being our surprise special guest. She still has her jammies on because she was still supposed to be sleeping, so we just prettied up with a little bow. And you're going to tell everyone hello? Can you say hello? Okay. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope that every day you find a way to wake up and love your life. Take care. Goodbye.